two of those are on that list, AJ, in terms of Big Cam, who would be another one of those sad departures, and also Axel Tuanzebe. Gut feeling, do you think either of them stay?
No, I don't. And for different reasons, as we've kind of touched upon a little bit already. For Burgess, I think this is a really difficult decision, isn't it? But he has to consider a lot of different things. He is 29 now, which is not old. I'm not going to say I'm Ross here and say that he's coming to the end or anything. But there's only a finite amount of opportunities that you have to get a quote unquote kind of big payday move, if that makes sense, or an opportunity to secure a long-term contract for your family to try something different if he wants to do that. And the two clubs that we've seen linked to Girona in Spain, an opportunity to go play in sunny Catalonia in the Spanish top flight, and Rangers, who will be competing for league titles, who will be playing in Europe, something that Cameron Burgess has not done in his career. And if those are two clubs that can offer him kind of a stability and a starting role over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, then he has to think about what the pathway is going to be like at Ipswich, where he has settled down, of course, and over a long period of time, but where there is that kind of block in Jacob Greaves, who is going to be, I think, from next season will be the starter in that role, will be the one that will play most of the minutes, regardless of what happens with Cam Burgess. So there's a decision to be made for him there. And then with Axel, a little bit younger, I think, what is he, 26 off the top of my head? He's in that kind of age, isn't he? So, 27 he is. Comes from an elite background, having impressed at Manchester United, and I think would back himself to play at that kind of top level again. And you see that not only has he kind of built his way up in the Championship, he's now taken that next step in the Premier League. Yes, there are fitness issues, but when you look at what he's done, and I always go back to the Fabian Hertzler comment of him shutting down Kaoru Mitoma over 90 minutes in that Brighton game, you see how well he stepped up to the level. And on a free transfer, I think there'll be some really good top clubs that will be interested in signing him. So both will have really good options on the table. Both obviously have the option to stay at Ipswich and battle for promotion again next season. I just feel that in Tuanzebe's situation, there will be really good options to go to play at a top level club. And for Cameron Burgess, it might just be thinking about A, his minutes and his security, and B, just about doing something a little bit different in his career, playing in Europe, challenging for a title, trying a different league, something like that. So, gut would say they both go.
Agree with that, Stu? You're nodding your head.
I agree with all the logic there, 100%. Gut feeling is, could Axel be persuaded to remain part of the project? Ipswich were the ones that kind of took a punt on him at a time where he was out of club, where he hadn't played a lot of football. He'd been struggling with a back problem. They've brought him in. They've built him back up to a level of robustness. He's got that relationship with Kieran McKenna. He likes the area, as many of them do. Be a key man in a promotion season and be part of projects sort of get back up and stay up this time, as opposed to, I don't know what, there will be clubs interested in him, no doubt, but if it was, say, one of the newly promoted clubs, you've got to look at risk versus reward. I could go there and come straight back down, and grass isn't always greener. So it will take a good contract offer. Ipswich will have to pull out the stops and push themselves to keep him, I would imagine. But I think they could probably put a strong persuasion piece together in terms of this still being the right place for him for the time being. But it's going to be a challenge, but I haven't completely given up hope on Axel.